Have you ever heard of the vision blind spot? A lot of entrepreneurs have this, if not most of them, their first year or two. And what happens is you struggle with the vision that you see. You've got this huge destination, this huge vision, this huge business you want to build. But what happens is you start losing sight of it because once things start going a little bit less than what you thought, more resistance, more obstacles, more ghosting, things not just working out like you thought they would, then the vision becomes a little fuzzy and faded, and next thing you know, you really have a vision blind spot that you weren't aware of. Now, when I coach people, I tell them at the very beginning, you're starting your own business, but we have to talk about this blind spot to make sure that you understand what's going on. And see, this is why that I was coaching this young lady, and she wanted to build a 7-figure business, which I encouraged her to do. But as she went along, and she got a lot of rejection, she got a lot of different types of obstacles and adversity and things like that happen, she got really down. She got discouraged, frustrated, and the vision that she had for her 7-figure business started fading and started getting smaller, and she started compromising it. And I told her, I said, this is all part of understanding the blind spot that entrepreneurs have. I had it. When I first started my business, I was going to take on the world. We were going to charge it up, and we were going to go. And we literally did. In 9 months, we hit the top of the company, or it generally took 16 to 17 months, but we hit it in 9 months, but we fell back down as fast as we went up. And why did that happen? Well, we weren't warned about the vision blind spot. Sometimes your business can outgrow you quickly, and the next thing you know, it tanks like mine did. So that's why I warn people that want to start business, not just in direct sales, but just in traditional B2B. If you're going to start a business, you have to understand the vision blind spot. Entrepreneurs during the first couple of years, they don't struggle because their goals are too big. I don't believe that you can have a goal too big, because some people say, well, I'm going to do $1 billion the first year. Well, I don't say that's too big. What I would say, it's a bit unrealistic. But I'm not going to dissuade somebody from wanting to do big things. But what I would say is, let's take a look at it. Instead of maybe you're thinking you're going to do it in a year, let's take a look maybe 10 years. What happens is, when people start feeling doubt, when they start thinking, I can't do this, what happens is they struggle because their self-image hasn't caught up to their vision. Did you get that? Their self-image, how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, the perspective you have about you hasn't caught up with your large, huge vision. And see, that's one of the biggest things, that when entrepreneurs, they really, really want it to work, and they're just working hard night and day, exhausted, even part-time, working on the weekends and in the evening, you're just going and going and going. But if your self-image doesn't keep up with the vision that you have for your business, then the brain's going to say something. It's going to say, this isn't who you are. And it's going to make you doubt. It's going to make you start questioning. It's going to make you think, wow, maybe this is harder than I thought it was going to be. So maybe I'm not supposed to do this. They're trying, what happens is when your vision is so much bigger than your self-image, they're trying to run a future self-image with a past self-image. Did you get that? Your future self-image is the person that can build this type of business. You're probably your past self-image and where it is probably right now, it's not up to snuff to build the size of the vision that you have. So you're going to have to create a larger vision. You're going to have to create a larger self-image, rather. And when you try to build a business in the future with a future self-image is needed to do that, an increase, an upgrade, but you're still running on the same self-image, it's not going to work, because your brain will not allow you to do the things necessary that are so uncomfortable to the brain, because the brain likes familiarity. The brain has one job, and if you've listened to the videos, you know what it is. Your brain is to protect you and to make sure you survive. And when something so different than what you've been doing for the last 10, 15 years suddenly starts you going out building a business, the brain's going to fight it. That's just how it is, because it's protecting you. And what happens when you have to have a future self-image going towards the vision, but yet you have the same self-image, the vision is the same, it's huge, but your same self-image that you have right now, version 1.0, it cannot build it. It hasn't gone through what it needs to go through in order to be upgraded to the size and the level and the sharpness of what can build that business. And that's where the gap between your self-image you're currently carrying and the self-image needed to build this business, it creates friction. It creates a very uncomfortable place in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. And this is why that when you do this, you got to understand, I've got to create a larger self-image. And the greatest way to create a larger self-image are two ways. To new input into the brain, this is who I am now, listen up, and have decrees and declaration. That's biblical. I've had decrees and declarations, and so has Jody for decades, which we still repeat. But the second way is there's small little successes moving towards this. People think that they can do the normal actions with the normal self-image they have and get a future self-image results. It's not going to happen. But what you can do is you can start baby stepping your way into that, doing small little itty bitty actions to start upgrading your self-image. And see, if you don't do that, then your old self-image is going to stagnate you. It's going to sabotage you. It's going to stop you because it will not allow you to go to this destination or big vision without first having the upgrade. You can't lift 500 pounds without working out for a couple years. It's the same thing here. You can't lift what is needed in order to build that vision you have for your business without upgrading your self-image muscles. And what happens, the resistance and all the emotions and everything, it starts to wear on entrepreneurs, to be perfect blunt. And why it keeps them struggling, you can't outperform how you see yourself. The self-image you're attached to, you cannot outperform that. It will always perform at the level of the self-image you currently have unless you decide to increase it. And that decision, again, is where you have new input. Let me tell my brain this is the new me. And then you start doing little itty-bitty mini successes, and you start stacking them and start collecting them, and the next thing you know, the new self-image starts birthing itself because now you have proof and you have actual facts that say my new self-image is growing. Declaration and decrees, small little successes added up equals starting to upgrade your self-image. Again, your vision isn't the problem. It never has been. How you see yourself is. Did you get that? Your vision is not the problem out there. That's not the problem. How you see yourself is, and you have to change how you see you. Because if you don't, to be perfectly blunt, you will never hit the vision because the brain will continually trip you up, saying, that's not who you are. This is not who you are. That vision is not where we're going. Because the brain is connected and in that mode of this is the self-image you've had for 20 years. You're not changing it. But when you start forcing the brain to change it with decrees, declarations, many successes, and people encouraging you and telling you that, man, you're growing like crazy, that is how that you change your self-image to match the size of the vision that you have on the other side of the upgrade. Guys, I know what I'm talking about. I went through this step by step by step by step. And when you go through something, you have the experience. I'm telling you what, you need to step back. Don't give up. You may be going through some tough stuff. You've just got to upgrade your self-image. Decrees and declarations. Everybody wants to do business with me. Man, my business is exploding. Plus, doing micro successes, mini successes, small little tiny successes, just getting them added up to where your self-image starts automatically upgrading. Guys, I'm Doug Fireball, and we're doing something really, really cool here. We're really talking about things in a way that most people don't. But if you own a business or you want to become successful in a business, you're an entrepreneur, this is the place. Yes, we talk about other things here because that's what entrepreneurism covers, a lot of ground, a lot of different things. Subscribe to this channel because I'd love to have you as part of the Fire family, but more importantly, it's going to help you, and I promise. Subscribe to the channel. Save this video for later. Spread the fire.